Hello and welcome to the Barcast. I'm your host, Nick Barr, coming to you on a sunny Monday. Today we're going to do something a little different. I want to invite you on a sort of cruise, a tour of sorts, to the 6 realms of Buddhist cosmology. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to convince you that the realms are actually super helpful and instructive for life in general, and kind of fill a gap in our culture and our vocabulary when it comes to understanding who we are and how we see the world. I also just want to give credit to my teacher, Kenneth Folk, and the writer and translator and teacher, Ken MacLeod, for the information that you're seeing here. That said, neither of them had anything to do with this video. They don't endorse it. So should not be blamed for any mistakes that I make. So why might we want to navigate the realms at all, especially if we're not interested in Buddhist cosmology? Let me try to convince you. We always are in some kind of mood, right? We're always experiencing the world in a way that's shaped by or colored by our feeling, our view. The reason I like the word mood is because it's one of the few words in English that expresses this. We say, I'm in a mood, like I'm literally inside of a mood, inside of a climate. And so when you're inside of a rainy day, wherever you go, it's raining. Similarly, when you're in a sad mood, whatever you experience will be colored by or shaped by sadness. And just noticing that our culture lacks a good vocabulary and framework for expressing this. Again, mood is one of the few words that puts us inside of something larger than ourselves. And then even when we talk about mood, we don't have really a organized way of talking about what kind of mood that we're in. So with all of that groundwork, the claim here is that if we can bring more awareness to our mood, that's going to help us see things as they really are. And of course, seeing things as they really are is wonderful in its own right. But if we're in a work environment or a relationship environment, it's going to help us make better decisions and navigate those decisions with more ease. So hopefully this will be a sort of an entry point into that work, into the work of noticing your own mood. And here we'll be using the Buddhist realms as sort of the framework for that. So just underlining the point a little bit more, look at all the ways we can sort of orient our focus or orient our attention when we're in, let's say, conflict. So let's say my partner has left the lights on again when they left the house, and I'm just super mad about it. So I can focus on my partner. I'm like, screw you, I'm super mad at you. We can focus on the dynamic or the relationship. We can use like nonviolent communication. Hey, when you leave the lights on, that makes me feel angry. Can we discuss how to move forward? Something like that. You can also just focus on yourself, right? You can go inward and sort of say, like, what is it about me that gets so angry when my partner leaves the lights on? Well, we didn't grow up with a lot of money. Electricity was really expensive. And so I feel like triggered that they're not cognizant of energy and savings, and pinching pennies is just something that's really important to me. All these are fine. Like there's not one, I don't even really think one is better than the other. Sometimes you do want to orient to the self. Sometimes you do want to orient to the other. Sometimes you do want to orient to the relationship. But those first 3 are like almost all of the ways that our culture knows how to orient to these kinds of conflicts. And there's another option, which is really simple. It's like the view or the mood or the realm, which is like, oh, I'm in hell right now. I'm in a foul mood, and everything that's showing up is kind of irking me. So let's actually look now at the 6 realms. This is a highly simplified, abstracted version of that wheel of samsara that you maybe saw on the cover illustration. For me, it's really helpful in my practice to actually visualize that wheel. And so we're going to sort of go clockwise from 12 o'clock. And I really encourage you, if you do start to work with the realms, to use this as your basis. This is what my teacher, Kenneth Folk, taught me. And just as an aside, I've been working with the realms for like 6 years in my meditation practice. So even though this isn't about meditation, I just want to give a plug for it because the realms are, for whatever reason, like not that fashionable these days. I think they're considered sort of outdated or esoteric or not scientific, and all that's fine. I just want to say I use the realms quite a bit in my practice. So let's start with the God realm. So the God realm is this is an opportunity to just imagine being in heaven, right? So you feel really good when you're in the God realm. The God realm is a great realm to be in. You feel confident. You might feel proud. You might feel invincible or immortal. You feel really good. And that's great. It's good to feel good. But notice if you feel a little bit of pride, a little bit of self-satisfaction, and the question that Ken MacLeod offers in his book, Wake Up to Your Life, is what am I trying to maintain here? What am I trying to hold on to? In my experience, when I'm in the God realm or a friend is in the God realm, is there's a certain brittle quality to their experience. They say they feel great. They say everything is awesome. If you challenge them on something or ask them, or, are you sure? They start to maybe get defensive. You can feel that grabbing of like maintaining what I have. I think I handle this situation super well. I don't know why you keep attacking me about it, right? Something like that, some kind of tightening around wanting to maintain and wanting to hold on to the experience. So that's the God realm. Again, a great realm to be in, but as with all the realms, it's temporary. You're going to move through these realms multiple times a day. The God realm hurts when you leave it because you want it to last forever. So we're moving now into the Titan realm. Titans are like fallen gods. You could call them Titans. Another word for them is Asura. Devils could live here. Demons could live here. Golems or sort of like ancient gods could live here. And unlike the God realm, the Titan realm is characterized by envy, wanting to achieve. Imagine you got knocked off the peak of Mount Olympus. You want to get back on to the peak. Is that what it's called? Mount Olympus, the Zeus's mountain, right? So all you're focused on in the Titan realm is achievement and getting what you feel like is yours or what's lost. So when you're feeling really comparative to others, you're probably in the Titan realm. And you can ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve right now? Am I trying to impress? Am I trying to win? Am I taking note of where other people are? They didn't deserve it. I'm better than them, those kinds of things. And underneath that, I'm better, of course, is a deep insecurity, a feeling of scarcity and a feeling of lack and a feeling of insecurity. So that's the Titan realm. And then we can move from the Titan realm into the animal realm. So amplify that feeling of lack and feeling of not having. And you might move into the animal realm, which is characterized completely by instinct. So imagine an animal who is just trying to eat. Everything is about food for them. It's about survival. So anytime you're just sort of in survival mode, you might be in the animal realm. The animal realm, in a way, is the easiest realm for me to self-diagnose because when I can't meditate or when I can't think, I'm in the animal realm. If I'm really sleepy, if I'm really hungry, if everything is really fuzzy, everything is really dull, I might be in the animal realm. What am I trying to survive? What am I trying to do just sort of for my basic next step? And when an animal is sort of hunted or is threatened, kind of have that fight or flight mode, right? A cornered animal is something to be reckoned with. And so now we're moving into hell. The hell realm is what it sounds like. And in fact, at least in the Buddhist literature, there's a lot, and I think this is true of Christians too. We get really vivid when we describe hell. And so there's sub-hells, there's hot hells, there's cold hells, there are hot and cold hells. Hell is really customizable to your own experience. So for instance, one person might get really hot and angry and aggressive in their hell realm. Another person might freeze and feel like they can't move for 1,000 years in their hell realm. Another person might feel like they're walking through thorns and everything they touch scrapes them in their hell realm. Even as I talk, I'm getting the anxiety and the unpleasant quality of the realms in general and of hell specifically. So I'm going to take a breath. So hell is characterized by hate and anger. What am I trying to oppose? And everything sort of shows up as opposition. It's a really unpleasant place to be. Tends to last a while. And at some point, there might just be sort of this wish for deliverance. I got to get out of here. I'll do anything to get out of here. And so now I'm moving into the hungry ghost realm. The hungry ghost realm is characterized by greed, wanting to get something. What am I trying to get? What am I trying to take? And if you've ever shown up in a relationship as needy or as like neglected, you might have been in the hungry ghost realm, right? So like, I need this. I need to get that. Why can't I have this? You need to give me that. And you're never satisfied. So hungry ghosts have these big distended bellies, and anything they eat sort of just turns into ash in their mouth. There's no nutrition to be found in the hungry ghost realm. So you're desperate. You want something to nourish you, but nothing is suitable. And then finally, moving into the human realm, you actually do start to finally get things that do nourish you. I love going for a run. I love having fun with my friends. I love my job. You also learn to avoid the things that give you displeasure. I don't like talking about difficult material. I don't like people who are fake. I don't like the rain. So there's likes and dislikes, and I move toward my likes and I move toward my dislikes. For most of us, that's like the way we live. So it's sort of a perfectly fine place to inhabit as a human realm. Of course, the human realm is where you can do meditation, where you can get enlightened. So there's a lot of nice things in the human realm. But of course, the human realm breaks down once we don't get what we want, or what we have goes away, or what we don't like is shoved in our face, or we lose somebody, or we get sick. So things are pretty great in the human realm until they're not, and then they go really bad because we have no equipment to handle them. So that's sort of like a whirlwind tour of the 6 realms. They don't have to move from one to the other in the way I described, but they certainly can. That's one of the ways that you can understand them. And this is just a really quick introduction. There's certainly a lot more literature on the realms if you wanted to go there. But my hope is this is enough for you just to play with the realms, and the next time you maybe wake up in the morning or have a moment, you can ask, what realm am I in? And actually check through all 6. Am I in the God realm? What am I trying to maintain? Am I in the Titan realm? What am I trying to achieve? Am I in the animal realm? What am I trying to survive? Am I in the hell realm? What am I trying to oppose? Am I in the hungry ghost realm? What am I trying to take or get? And am I in the human realm? What am I trying to enjoy? So knowing the realms is a great first step. Locating yourself in the realms is really a wonderful practice. Then visiting the realms, sort of like being almost a disembodied spirit and checking out each realm, is another really great practice. And then finally, the deepest practice that I know of for the realms is actually liberating the realms. And that's going as a Buddha to hell and liberating all hell beings, and going back to the realms over and over again, as a bodhisattva, as a Buddha, to help the people who need help in those realms. So that's a really quick overview of the realms. I hope it's interesting and of service, and I will see you next time.